Keith Keller, Melbourne, Australia, and I'm testing out again this new this new Substack feature that bypasses the need for StreamYard or Restream. It's brand new. It was only invented this week, and I still don't know how to use it, but someone's got to go first. So I'm having a go, and I'm going to invite some of my buddies, and we'll see what happens. I know quite a lot about it, so I'll just work you through what I know so far. So you can have up to 3 people on stage at one time. Only 3, right? Which is a little limiting, but they've just begun. I also know that they can both be co-hosts, which is good. And that's pretty cool. It has very limited functionality in the sense that it's a chat with a chat. It's a 3 people talking and a chat room with unlimited amounts of guests or people watching, I guess. So that's interesting. The site itself is quite basic, and I'm not convinced it's entirely usable yet. It's pretty good, but I'm not entirely sure that it's useful yet, because I don't have any functionality in regards to music or images. So what I'll do, hello, LaChelle. Can you hear me? I'm testing this brand new feature, like brand new. Okay, so what I'll do, I can only have 3 people at once on stage. So it's very limiting. I can only invite. I'll invite you up because I think you'll be interested in this. And if you can join, please join. You can join on your phone. You can join on your laptop, your PC, your Mac, your tablet. You can. So this is a brand new feature. It was only invented on Monday, and someone's got to go first and work it out. And I don't even think they know what they're doing. But I've worked out that you can have 3 people on stage, which means if you've got 3 people on stage, one person's got to leave to bring the next person up. That's a bit of a weakness. But they are working on maybe going to 10 eventually. There's no speech bubble, which means that I can't tell if I'm talking or they're talking. But what we do know is that it's very easy to use. Like, it's extremely easy to use, and I think that's going to be their main point. You just simply click a button and go. There's nothing to do, right? There's no complicated procedures. Very exciting. What I also know is that you can't schedule ahead, and that just wrecks my brain. I can't stand that idea. But you just can't schedule ahead. So, as a person who plans everything, that doesn't suit me. But I do like this idea that if I have an idea, I can just go right now. And I love the idea that I can sit in the chair and do it on my laptop, on my PC. I love that because I'm a PC guy. The fact that I can only have 3 people means that I had to cancel the 2 existing guests that were going to come but haven't, and I had to then invite LaChelle. So there's a limit to how long what we can do, and I really don't know the functionality, but it looks good. Like, it looks good. It looks good on the site. I'm going to send you a screenshot of what that looks like. I'm getting pretty good at talking to myself, although it does piss me off. I mean, it's just not my natural style. I just feel like I'm talking to the wall. But with only 3 guests, you've got to be very, 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 very specific about how to do that. I would like to know your thoughts, LaChelle, on what you think of it as a consumer. There's no facility to play music, so I can't wing it and go and hide behind the music while I go and organize another co-host. What we do know so far, though, is that you can have 3 people on stage and they can assume the co-host role, which means that they can manage the chat, send guests the link, and take over if you have some technical challenges. So this is very good. Like, this is extremely useful. So Bez said that he wanted to come in, and he hasn't. So I'm at a bit of a loss for that. My friend Jane, who's very interested in joining, also said that she'd join, but she hasn't. So I'll give it a couple of minutes, and then I can't talk to myself. It's a skill I'll have to develop. But hello, can I hear something?
Hey, can you
Hey,
hear me?
I can. Hey, you. Hey, how cool is this?
This is LaChelle. I had to update the app and everything, so that's what took me so long to get on the call.
Yeah.
So, okay, I see this is kind of like what is the word I want to say? Like a FaceTime or something. I think that's kind of the
It's very,
concept.
very similar to Google Meet.
Okay.
If you've ever done Google Meet or, a Zoom. So what's really interesting to me is, and let's see if we can get your photo up, because that'd look really cool. I don't know how to do that. Like, I mean, what happened, you may not know this, but this was invented like on Monday. Like, I don't know how this happened, but I went to schedule my shows and it wouldn't work because they changed everything. And I thought, yeah, well, that looks so good. That looks so good, LaChelle. Can you see what that looks like? Yeah,
I don't see anything.
I'll send you a screenshot. This is
Okay. I just
gee,
see me and you. That's it.
yeah, that's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. But
Okay, yeah.
can you see how you're in red and I'm in black, and it's testing the new live streaming features?
Well, I'm on my phone, so that might have something to do with this. Do I have to update it on my laptop too, or what? Do you know?
No, and look, were you able to get in on your phone? And that's a good choice, because most people will be on their phone. And oh, I love this. I love this. So you know me, I got to try things. So what happened on Monday was that I thought, oh, okay, I got a show tomorrow, and I better go and just get the link, and it didn't work. And so on Tuesday, Monday for you, my show didn't go to Substack. And I'm thinking, well, I was really unhappy. And I thought, what am I going to do now? And so a few friends, Jim actually, said, oh, mate, they've changed the rules. It should optimize soon, but, you got to keep up. And so on Tuesday, my show did not go to Substack. And then they said, well, look, I'm sorry about this, but we've actually created this brand new feature where you can go live on your laptop. Well, I want to try that. Can I try that? Yep, you can try it. I've been asking them. You can have 3 people on stage, only 3. They can become co-hosts. You got all the features and all the functionalities, and you were able to get in. So that's very good, right? And I didn't
And
have
this
a
is
chance.
all on the free version of Substack, then you're saying?
Well, there's no paid version. Substack is free. There's
Right.
no
So that's what I'm saying. So you don't have to have a third party
bingo.
streaming platform paying
Bingo.
extra money. Yeah.
This is why this is going to work. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to have StreamYard or Restream and any fancy guff, because what happened on Monday for you was very confronting for me, because Not only did the show not work on Substack because they changed the rules, which I subsequently now know, but the show also didn't go to LinkedIn because it just failed. And then I thought, well, now I've got nothing. The show went to YouTube, but no one watches my YouTube show. So I had to stop it because it didn't work. So it didn't go to Substack, didn't go to LinkedIn. I didn't have a single audience. Not a single person turned up, not a single person. And I'm thinking, well, a little bit like what was happening. I'm getting good at talking to myself, but it's bloody hard. I'm just talking at the wall, wondering if there's anyone there. And I might do that just for fun, just to practice. Like, it's quite difficult to do. But people want to know, and I want to be the guy that tries things. So we've got it working. You were able to get in. That is great. What's the experience like from your side?
Well, it's kinda like, yeah, I agree. It's like a Google Meet or a, Instagram Live type concept. Okay, so yeah, so you're on your computer and then I'm on my phone.
Yeah, and everything.
So I can yeah, I'm not sure if I'm afraid to go out of this because I might mess myself up, but I'll take a screenshot because it's vertical for me. But I just saw that you sent me something that looked landscape.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
one of the we've chatted about this many times. One of the reasons that I don't use Clubhouse, probably the main reason, is that I can't use it on my PC. I mean,
I
it's
see. Yeah.
technically possible, but it's very difficult, and it doesn't look very good, and it's very, 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 very hard to do,
Hmm.
even though it's technically possible. But with this, I can go live on my PC. It goes live to my Substack feed. It's very, very, very easy to do. And it's just an immediate sort of, hey, I got an idea. What do you think of this type of thing? And you can have unlimited audiences, but you can only have 3 people on stage. I think that's a bit of a weakness, but they'll get better. They'll improve that over time. And the thing I love is that they have a support group and they're very open. And I said, well, for instance, can you make the bubble move when we're talking? Because I don't know who's talking. Yeah, who's
Oh yeah,
talking?
because we're both moving. This thing is pulsating in the background. Now I see that you can share it. But I wonder if they have a feature where you can share it with your subscribers, because
You
that
can,
would be a good thing. Because right now I see I can text it. I'm on my phone. So
yeah,
it comes up as I can text but I'm saying, okay, let me see. Let me click Substack.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I can post it right now that I'm live.
Oh, what a good idea! Let's
Mm-hmm.
do that. So, what is very good? Because we do a lot of these. What is very, very good, and remember, this is free, because a lot of these features that we're going to talk about are in the paid version, sometimes $50 a month.
Mm-hmm. Hey Jane. Is she one of your
Jane,
followers?
hello, Jane, are you there? Hello. So Jane is a friend of mine from Sydney.
Okay.
One thing you may not know, because we haven't chatted for a while, is that I was restricted 5 times in November on LinkedIn. 5 times, right?
Mm.
Like, look, I'm just pissed off, and I'm just a guy in the suburbs doing a show. I'm not a spammer. I'm not a creep. I'm just a guy in the suburbs running a radio show in the back of his house, right? And I got restricted 5 times in November. I've sent you a link to get in if you want to go and link, Jane, but I'll send it to you again. Um, and look, I've tried to contact them, and they give me these bullshit AI answers, these bullshit answers that sort of don't mean anything, and they're very apologetic. But I had shows planned. Like, I plan my shows months ahead, months and months and months and months ahead, 3 or 4 months sometimes. And on the day I got banned, I had 250 people coming, Imagine if you had a party planned at your house and you lost your keys. It's a very good analogy. You've got this birthday party planned, and I want you to know this, Jane. This is how it feels when you get restricted. It's very annoying. You plan this big party and you send out the invitations, and 250 people are coming from all over the world, and they've flown in and they're staying in a hotel, and they're very, 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 very excited. And then you get to the day and you can't get in. Sorry, I lost my keys. We're going to have to go to the pub. What do you mean you've got to go to the pub? I've flown for Sri Lanka for this. This is a big deal. I've spent money. I've carved out my whole weekend for this. And now you're saying you can't get in and we're just going to go to the pub and have pizza. This is what it feels like when you get restricted. Because I plan well ahead, like weeks and weeks and weeks. And 257 people said they wanted to come to my show, and I just couldn't get in. I am so over LinkedIn now. I'm just so over LinkedIn.
Well, one thing I will say too is that the sound is really good. I know that we've had situations where you drop off and things like that, but you sound really, really good.
Yeah, I think this is very interesting. So let me just try and get Jane in. We can only have 3 people on stage at one time, Jane. So let's see if we can work out how to do it. You're in a noisy environment, so it's a bit hard to hear. The app may glitch if you're on your phone, but if you're on your laptop or PC, it should work very well. I can send you some instructions about how to get into your app. Please remember, this was only invented on Monday. There's probably no one in the world that knows how to use this. No one. There's no one to ask because no one's tried it. But you can't go on stage because it's too noisy where you are. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll send the invitation because I've only got 3 invitations. I can only send 3 invitations. So what I'll do is I'll send this invitation to Bez, who 2 minutes ago said, "Mate, I'm coming in now. Where are you?" And he's not here yet. So I think this particular this concept has enormous potential. And I'll tell you why. One of the things I love about Substack. Hello, Curtis. Jump in if you want to speak. We can only have 3 on stage, so please, I can invite you, but please let me know if you can't come because I can only send the invitation to 3 people. So what I love about this is that Substack is free to use, and that about 10% of people that subscribe to you will upgrade and pay maybe $10 a month to hear you speak or help you pay your phone bill or your internet bill. It's about 10% now. It's a very, very, very active site. So what I've thought is, well, if someone's going to go to the trouble of subscribing, which is completely optional, of course, I'm going to give them something extra. And that extra is going to be this. This format is going to be for subscribers only. Subscribers, not paid subscribers. I've got 95 subscribers so far. I'm aiming for 100 by Christmas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this format just for my Substack subscribers from January. And this will be a special present for them because they've gone to the trouble of subscribing. Now, if or when some of those people say, "Mate, this is good, I'll give you $10 a month." When they do that, then I'll give them extra, which I'm still working on. And I'm just wondering, LaChelle, do you have a model of the world where you have a subscriber base, or what are you thinking?
Okay, so I have a subscriber on the app. I just tried stuff. So when they gave me the option to do it, I did it, but I haven't got any paid subscribers yet. So I just was back there setting it up so I could see what it looks like and everything. And I attach my Stripe to it and everything. So look, massage. Mhm. So, yeah. But, so I really haven't done any active promoting of it or anything like that. I just set everything up just to, see what it looked like behind the scenes. But
Yeah,
I love how, organized and everything it is.
yeah. I'll say I can't send a screenshot. That's one thing I do find annoying. This one has very limited features, but it's good. It's fast. It's easy. And you know what it's about. A lot of this stuff, it's so hard to use, and it's got so many features, but you can never work them out. You know that. So this one, it's easy. You push a button and you're in as a host. Right? I'm still trying to work out how it feels to be a guest because I haven't been a guest on other people's shows yet. This was only invented on Monday.
Yeah, it
On
it
Mon-
really is like Instagram Live. I love how you can engage with the audience in real time with the comments at the bottom. So Jane has a question.
yeah.
Are there
So
replays of your lives or can you subscribers only listen live?
yeah, there are a lot of features, Jane. There are a lot of features. So with my normal shows, I'm answering the question in reverse because I don't particularly like replays, but I know that other people do. So I do them for them. So it is technically possible to do a replay of this show. There's a little bit of button pushing that goes around behind the scenes, but it is technically possible. But and I might do that maybe for my paid subscribers, maybe down the track. I personally don't resonate with the replay model. I want you to come now. That's the way I live. I'm here now. Talk to me now. Right. That's the way I live. I know that doesn't suit everyone, and I'm trying to work with that. But with my other shows, which I'm very, very proud of, I do replays to YouTube. Right. Replays of all the shows I've ever done are on YouTube. They're all there. Right. And this show I don't know how to do it yet, but this show might be able to go to YouTube too. I haven't worked it out yet, but I'm sure I could do it. But there's a little bit of button pushing, a little bit of extra work. And what I'm doing normally using Restream, and Jane uses StreamYard, is I send the file to YouTube, LinkedIn, and Substack. Right? Now, LinkedIn lately doesn't work. It's a 50-50 bet if it's going to work at all. It usually works on Substack and it always works on YouTube. So I've developed a policy of having a YouTube replay. And I don't know if this one could do that, but if it does, it's quite hard. And I'd have to work it out. I don't know how to do it yet. So I'm still playing around with what features I can and can't do and what features I will and won't do. So my normal tendency is to give everyone everything. Right? My normal tendency is to just give everything to everyone. But then when people come to pay me, they go, well, what am I getting for my money? I'm already getting everything for free. Why should I pay you? Well, you shouldn't because, I'm just a guy in the suburbs doing a radio show in the back of his house. I mean, why should you pay me? I'm not doing anything special. But I do have a phone bill to pay and I wouldn't mind eating today. And maybe you could just find it in your heart to give me $10 because I got to buy a pizza. So I'm changing the model. That I'll do the shows for free. And if you come live, you can have anything you want. But if you want the replays, that's going to take a little bit extra time for me. So that might be one of those paid features. I don't know yet. I haven't worked it out. Remember, this was only invented on Monday. Like I may be the first person in the world to try it. I might be the first person in the world to do this. Please let me know if anyone else is doing it because I want to pick their brain. So the answer is yes, there are replays, but probably not of this show. And if there is a way to do it, it'll probably be quite complex. And I'm probably not inclined to do that because I'm pretty lazy. What do you think about replays, LaChelle? How do you do it? You do a lot of shows and they sort of sit there. It's very hard to come back and sort of organize it into a format, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And Robert says he would join us for a few minutes. I know that he does lives here on Substack, but for me, I really appreciate replays. I don't always watch all of them. I don't get to them as soon as I'd like to, but I find that for certain communities that I'm a part of, it's about the content more so than the fact that it's live. I would prefer to be live, but there just are like a million things that may be going on in the background. And so there are several communities that I frequent on a regular basis because of the personal development that we dive into. So that is my issue with following up and watching the replays because of that. I don't do that for everything because I believe that some things it's just, I just don't have the time. You know what I mean? But if it's a specific learning activity or some type of topic, uh, I appreciate the replays.
Yeah, I am trying to get better at them, but of course I've got to do them. Like I've got to organize that. It's an extra task. And
Hmm.
you know the thing that I don't like is that I become a bit of a I become a bit of a stats junkie when I have replays. Like I wake up in the morning and I go, how many people watched it? Oh, 4 people. What? I just spent 2 hours of my life organizing this, and 4 people watched it. I could have gone to the beach. I could have been watching the cricket. New Zealand's playing the West Indies, and it's the second day of the fourth test. I'd rather do that, right? So when I notice when I do replays, I get really depressed when no one watches them because they take a lot of effort to do, and it's just not my natural skill. Whereas when I'm live, and hello, Robert, join in and let me know what you think of this format. Have you tried it yet? We got you there, mate. Have you got your
I'm
mic
here. I'm
on?
here. I'm here. I was on mute. You're talking about the audio format on Substack here.
This particular format is PC, and it was only invented Monday, and I'm wondering whether you've tried it.
PC as in personal computer or politically correct?
Oh, well, you got a Mac. Are you a Mac person? You don't even talk Microsoft language.
No, I don't.
You probably could use a Mac. I don't know. I don't have a Mac, but you probably could use a Mac. But what I'm saying is you can use it on your desktop. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have been using it on the desktop. I've tested it out a couple of times this week, as well as on my iPhone here. So, yeah, it's still fairly new. When you first sent me the invite, I had to update the app because I guess I hadn't joined others in a little bit. So, yeah.
That's what happened to me. I had to do the same thing.
The thing that is fascinating, it's just so fascinating, is that on Monday I went to to Substack to set my parameters for the shows that were coming up. I had to go to set my sort of stream key. It's quite complex to do, not for you and I, but for the average person who's not doing this every day. So I went to Substack to get my stream keys for all of the shows that I was doing this week.
Yeah.
And it completely changed, right? And for me, it wouldn't update. It was all grayed out.
Yeah. And
And
I would say that it's also, even in the way that they have it now, it's not super intuitive to recall or to get the keys for the shows that you've scheduled, unless I'm doing it the hard way at this point. It seems like you've got to go through several steps, as opposed to something like Restream, where you'll just jump into the stream schedule and see things there. But I haven't found it particularly intuitive on Substack to recapture or collect the stream keys for any scheduled shows.
yeah, the idea of the stream key is actually quite a difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
It's possible, but it's a procedure. You have to follow a lot of steps. So this idea means that you can go live on Substack with no planning and push go. You just push go, right? Now, there's a couple of advantages there and a couple of disadvantages. One is you can't schedule ahead. Really pisses me off. You can only have 3 people on stage, which also pisses me off. But so be it. That's what they do. And one thing I love about what they're doing, though, is they're very, very, very open to suggestions. So I said to them, look, has it occurred to you to have the speech bubbles? Well, can we have a speech bubble so that I can tell who's speaking? So I can't tell who's speaking. I can't even tell if I'm speaking, other than the fact that there's words coming out of my mouth and they're in my head. I can't tell, right? So they said, yeah, of course. Yeah, we'll work on that. And can we schedule ahead? Well, it's not there yet, but yeah, we'll work on that. They're very open to suggestions.
Good.
And, I would love to be able to add music, and I'd love to be able to add images, and I'd love to be able to talk to 10 people at a time, because this is very interesting, like extremely interesting if you're listening in and you want to come on stage. I can only have 3 people on stage at one time. So if someone else wants to speak, someone has to go. Now that we can just see instantly that's going to be
Are we doing rock, paper, scissors? What are we doing?
Well, that's how it used to be on LinkedIn when they did audio. You could only have so many people on stage before. Yeah. So same type of concept.
Yeah. So look, it was only invented on Monday, maybe over the weekend. So I'm very impressed that you've tried it as well. I'm guessing you probably beat me. You probably beat me to it. But
Probably not. Probably not. I think you are on. I don't know if you sleep. Do you? I mean, when I wake up, you're already like going ahead, man, with messages. So I think you're breathing this right now.
Yeah. I mean, someone has to go first. Yeah. And
Absolutely.
someone said to me the other day, well, why aren't you leveraging YouTube? I said, well, look, YouTube was invented in 2005. Like,
Yeah.
that is a lifetime ago for me. 2005. I mean, what was going on then? The iPhone wasn't even invented. The iPod had just been invented. Netflix wasn't even a thing. Like, everything that we value dearer now wasn't even invented in 2005. Right. So YouTube just feels like an old idea for me. And don't get me started on LinkedIn. Like, geez, don't get me started. So, when these new things come out, I love trying them. I love it. I want to be the dude. Now, what happens, of course, is that doesn't work, and I've got to work out why it's not working. Of course, I don't know either. I mean, I don't know everything, but someone's got to work it out, and then I work it out.
Yeah.
And as you said, you wake up and there's 6 messages. I've been awake overnight and I worked it out. I come on the show. And you're thinking, hang on, mate, don't you ever sleep? People say this a lot to me. Don't you ever sleep, Keith? I mean, you're always on. Because I'm into it. Okay, I feel like a 7-year-old. I feel like the kid over the back that's always kicking the footy over and screaming loudly to, the Wiggles. I don't know if you've heard of the Wiggles. But
some of in response to what you just said, some of this isn't so much about platform and age of platform, because I think it's really more about features. Because YouTube started in 2005, but then Google purchased it later. Things started to add. Just recently is Google starting to invest money in the communities area, really, on YouTube, so that there is a more feed-like feature for YouTube. So that is something that they're doing. Substack has been around since 2017, but it's just over the last year or two that it's really starting to take a foothold. And as they did that, they started to add new features like the going live, like making the algorithm a little bit more open for people. And Clubhouse was around for a little bit as well. Then they lucked into a pandemic. So the pandemic happened and everybody said, "Oh, Clubhouse, Clubhouse, Clubhouse." So it's really about the features. I mean, if I think about LinkedIn, oh my gosh, I really wish they'd given the audio rooms a little bit more of a shot. They didn't they didn't make it last for too long, and I don't know if it was a matter of them not really testing it, or they just kind of said, "You know what? We feel pressured into doing this because during the pandemic, Clubhouse was such a big deal. Let's give it a try." And maybe they didn't have enough a big enough of a audience or big enough of an explosion with it because Clubhouse had already taken a lot of the bang from that. So, I think all of these platforms are starting to test out what will bring more people to that platform, and each of them is going to go through their seasons of honeymoon and uptick, and we just ride the wave, man.
Yeah, and I love it. Like, I mean, one of the conversations, and I probably have to say this every time now, but I was banned, restricted 5 times in November on LinkedIn.
Wow.
I'm just a guy in the suburbs running a radio show in his house. I'm not doing anything wrong. Like, in my opinion, I'm not doing anything wrong, and I can't stand it. I just can't stand these rules, right? And I'm just so over LinkedIn now. Like, I'm just so over. We can have this discussion because this is not going to LinkedIn. Like, I'm not going to get banned from talking about LinkedIn on LinkedIn. I'm not on LinkedIn. I'm on Substack. And we've got 7 listeners. So yell out, and there's a lovely chat room. Let me regroup. I'll play a little sound. Hey! You're listening to KKFM live on Substack around the world. This is what I was born to do. So 7 people are listening in, and let me just regroup on what this is. This is a brand new feature from Substack. You can go live on your PC and laptop and your Mac if you have a Mac. You can also go live, of course, on your iPhone and your Samsung tablet and all these things. And it's a very groovy feature. It's quite basic. It's right at the beginning. It has a lot of weaknesses, a lot of kinks, but we're here. And I'm here to tell you that it's pretty good. You can have 3 people on stage. I don't think there's a time limit. At the end of the show, you get the option to download the video and or the audio. And you can do that with that what you want. One of the questions we had in the audience was, can you send these directly to YouTube? Do you do that, Robert?
I do not, because I use YouTube as my live platform for my shows on Monday, and I'm planned on those shows. I've got an outline or a format that I follow because it's 30 minutes, anywhere from 27 to 30 minutes, and I know there's a format that I'm following. With my lives on Substack or things like this, it's a little bit more free flowing, free form. And so if I'm going to send it up to YouTube, I want to make sure that it's edited, or I want to set it up in a way that it's easy for consumption on YouTube. So I don't know if this one does the clips just
Yeah,
yet.
it
I
does.
believe it does. So yeah, I may send clips to YouTube, to like YouTube Shorts, but I haven't sent like the full episodes or anything like that to YouTube once I've published them.
And what's your take on replays? A lot of people ask me to do the replays, but of course we've got to do the work to make them. So I'm not inclined to do them. But what's your take on replays?
Well, I go to what I do personally. I'm not a big replay person. Very, very rarely do I go and listen to a replay in its entirety. If there's something that I know that I need on that show, I'll go and I'll fast forward through a lot of it, or listen to it in 2x if I can. But I don't really edit replays. If people want to listen to them, fine. But I don't really edit it unless it's something that is targeted towards a specific offering or program that I'm launching, for a specific time frame. Then I'll spend a little bit more time there. But on a general basis, I don't put too much attention into replays.
Look, that might be a live streaming vibe. I personally don't watch anything. I don't watch replays at all. Like not a single time. Never.
Yeah.
And so for me to edit something for a replay and then have 4 people watch it, I mean, it kills me because, I could be at the beach. I could be watching TV. The cricket's on. New Zealand's playing the West Indies and New Zealand's winning and they're our brothers. So they're winning on the second day of the 4th test. I would rather watch the cricket.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So
if we're repurposing information and there's information in a replay that is pertinent or valuable for people, that may be an opportunity for us to say, "Hey, you want to hear a little bit about this? You want to learn how to fix this with AI? We talked about it at 7:15 in the show." And so you can send people back to the replay to look for things at a specific point if it's helpful for them. But just to say, "Hey, check out the replay," and expect people to sit from the beginning, I just, some people do, but I typically don't stay or start at the beginning and say, "You know what, let me sit down for 45 minutes and listen to this while doing other stuff." That's just not me
yeah.
personally.
Now we've got quite an active crowd. So hello Clay, hello Kelly, and LaChelle's asked a very, very, very good question. How did you hear about this? And this is one thing that I want to specifically say. When you go live, you have the option to send an email to your subscribers to say, "Hey, Keith's going live. Why don't you come?" And which I said yes. And that's how Kelly found out about the gig. She said, "I got the email." So when you go live, like Substack wants you to succeed. Everything is on. Like when I go live on LinkedIn, people go, "Mate, I never hear about it. I never hear about when you go live. Except to you DMing me, I wouldn't know." Like it's
Well,
just
LinkedIn does it a little bit differently. Yeah, I mean, so LinkedIn, it's a little bit more manual because when you go live, it creates an event, and then you've got to go to the event and go to the share or the invite area, and then choose who you want to invite, and that's one of the ways that people get notified about your live. If they happen to be on LinkedIn while you are live, they may catch. If you are somebody that shows up in their feed normally, they may catch that you are live at that point. Or if they see your profile picture, there's a ring around it that indicates that you're live at that time. But it's a little bit more manual on LinkedIn. They don't LinkedIn doesn't reward spontaneity for live, and they want you to be more scheduled and use the event and invite people specifically.
yeah. And I've been using Restream for that. Do you use Restream or StreamYard, or do you use Ecamm?
I use all of the above. I'm more of a Restream fan than StreamYard at this point,
Mhm.
simply because it integrates more with Ecamm. And what I've done is I use Ecamm for the back end, but I do not use it that often to stream natively because I want to lessen the resources on my local device. So I'll schedule everything inside of Restream, and so the only thing that Ecamm has to connect with is Restream, and so one place as opposed to 6.
Yeah. And it's very cool that we are and you'll notice this if you come to our shows, that our shows are very community driven, and that we all realize that we know something, but we don't know everything. And when we find something out, we love to share it. Like there's no $97 ebook to download so you can get up a 7-figure weekend. Like there's no bullshit. It's if you know it, we'll say it. We
Yeah.
just share it. We're just all friends here. And we learn so fast in this format because someone who's learnt something, and as I said, this was only invented on Monday. Someone's got to go first. When I learn it, I'll share it. I know
Yeah.
exactly how it works now, and I'm happy to tell you. There's no $97 ebook and six-figure course on, Udemy and all this hidden agenda. We're just all friends having a good time and sharing what we know. And why that's great, separate to the fact that a lot of people learn things, is I learn things. Like I learn a lot from doing this because people trust me. They go, look, you've shared stuff. I'm happy to share what I know. Have you tried this? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that part. That's cool. Let's do that. So what I did notice, and I'm very proud of this, and I encourage you to do it too, because the more people that do will really help. The Substack support line is very, very, very open to suggestions. So I went on today and I said, okay, I've tried your features and it's not bad, but can you add more people? Oh, look, we are working on that, Keith. Thank you very much. And I really do appreciate your thoughts. Anything else? Yes. Could I add music? No, you can't yet, but we are working on that. Anything else? Yes. Can you have a bit of a speech bubble when people talk so that it sort of thumps around and let us know who's speaking? Yes, we can do that. Anything else? And I just gave them a list. I was like, it was a chatbot, but I felt like I was talking to a real person. I was on there about an hour. And I just gave him the whole shebang. I just did a big brain dump. And you'll probably find, and I hope this happens, that 2 weeks down the track, all these things we're now talking about are going to happen because they're very open to it. When I ring LinkedIn, when I talk to LinkedIn, they go, oh, there's a link on some standardized page that'll sort of tell you what's going on. Just read that. I did read it. It doesn't make sense. Can I talk to someone? No, you can't. Just go to that site and it tells you as a standardized piece of text that we wrote for everyone. That's what it is. Yeah, but that doesn't apply to me. Well, too bad. That's it. There's nothing to say. Please don't call back. So this actually happened to me. I actually got an email from LinkedIn to say, this will be your final email. Please do not call us again. It has actually happened. I should have kept it. Like, it's astonishing customer service ethos. Please do not contact us again. You've had your turn. Yeah, but you didn't answer my question. Yeah, well, that's just too bad. Just please don't call back. So Substack's the exact opposite. Mate, just keep them coming. We got a team going, and they'll read these, and some of these will come in, and they're all good ideas. They're bloody good ideas. We'll action them for you. So if we find that suddenly next week you can invite 10 people, we'll just put your hand up and say, hey, I know who did that. So I feel that I'm connected to the team. Like, I feel they're very open to suggestions. And why that's important is because I want to feel like I'm part of something. With LinkedIn, I feel like there's a billion people there, but no one's talking to each other. Like, no one. Yeah. I hate it. I really hate it. Like, I mean, I'm off the charts. So anti LinkedIn now. But anyway, I'm rambling. We've got quite a few active people in the audience. If you've got any questions at all, please let me know, because I have got a direct line to everyone does. It's just simply Google Substack support, and a really lovely chatbot comes up that sounds like a real person. And they've done a pretty good job of making it sound like a real person. So if you've got any questions at all, please let me know. We've already had the question about the replays, and I'm going to research that deliberately. But what do you think? Where do you think this might go, Robert? What do you think might happen here?
Yeah, well, I've got to jump off here in a little bit, but yeah, so I'll answer this. So where do I think this platform might go? I think a lot of that really is going to be dependent upon how we navigate AI, because I think there's so many different things that are happening right now between video with Sora and all of the different AI tools that people are navigating now. There's definitely going to be a need for less intrusive or simple human content again, which is maybe why you're finding some solace in social audio. Back in the day when Clubhouse became big during the pandemic, people were home and they didn't want to get dressed and they didn't want to do all of the things. And so getting back to a simple air quotes radio style was, or party line style was what worked for people. Maybe retreating back into the times when we were able to sit in our car or go around the house and just listen to radio. So I think we're gonna have some cycles. We're gonna have some ups and downs, and we're gonna have some moments again where people want simple, and then we'll have another technology explosion where people want all of it, and then it'll come back. So we're gonna be fighting for authenticity and simplicity for quite some time. So people like yourself that do this, kudos to you for still leaning into the simplicity of social media and human consumption.
Oh, I love it. And I know you're busy, so you go and do your thing. You've done me a huge favor because we've got a great screenshot of 3 people. And so it's visually very pleasing. Visually very pleasing. It's a black screen with sort of circles. And I happen to be in black and white, but of course you can have your photo in color. And if you want to have your video on, you can. I just choose to have audio. So you go and do your thing.
All
This
right.
is just a test. What do you think might happen here, LaChelle? Where do you think this might go? What would you like to see happen?
I think there's no limit to where it could go. It just basically kind of depends on the community, because whenever there's something new, there is some excitement and enthusiasm around that. So it just depends on how many people really run with the platform. Now, I have a question because I haven't used this new format outside of being with you on the call. So you are able to schedule, or you're no longer able to schedule?
You
Is
can't
that what you
schedule.
said?
You can't schedule it.
Okay, so it just has to be impromptu, and then you're not able to use a third party platform.
No. So
Okay.
it's stripped all the way back. It's
Okay.
live now, go now.
Okay.
And the reason why that's really this is a great question. Like America and I, a mate of mine in Toronto, we've been experimenting with this site, which looks so good. But even I had trouble using it. Like, and I'm doing this all day. And I thought, well, if I have trouble turning my mic on, what hope is the average person in the street who's just coming across this, once a week going to have? So I've been chatting to him. I said, look, can you make this site simpler, please? Can you make it simple? And I've been putting it out to the universe. And guess what? A totally different site called Substack said, we hear you indirectly. We've made this so simple. Like, there's nothing to do. Push, go, and start. Pushgoandstart.com. I might even actually go and get that URL today. Pushgoandstart.com. Actually, that would be such a good URL. I wonder if it's available. Because some people would just want to push, go, and start. These other sites that go, you can have lists, and you can have polls, and you can have all these great graphics, and you can have these funky little MP4s that are in 1080p, and it looks so good, and you'll look like you're watching TV. Yes, you can, but it's hard. It's hard to do. And you'd almost need like a master's degree in electronics to actually work out which buttons to push.
Yeah.
And you know that because we've had that discussion about, Keith, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
I trust you because you were just rolling this number off, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I've never heard. You're talking a different language to me, Keith. And I'm into this. So if I have trouble with it, that's my cue that it's too hard for the humanity. And I've told them that, look, it's too hard. I can't promote it. I'm not even going to tell you who it is because I don't want to give them a bad name, but they've got a long way to go. But something like this, so clever, really clever. You get on your PC and you push go and you're in. Right? How simple is that?
Yeah.
And then you just send a link to your friends. You can have 3 people talking at once, unlimited amount of people listening in. You've got a little chat feature. Granted, there's no replay, and that does piss a few people off, but I'm not really into replays. I'm here now. Come now.
Okay, so let me ask you this. When you get done, does it do like what it did before when you went live? It'll say, do you want to upload this or not upload? I think it says something else. Where you want to keep it on the platform, or you can let it go.
It gives you 3 choices. It says, turn this into a blog post now, which means it just pastes the video on a blog post, then you can write something underneath.
Wow.
Send this as an email to your subscribers. Or 3, have a look at it first before you decide. Right? Check it before you send it.
Wow.
And I always push check it before you send it, and then it processes and it says it's ready. Have a look. Do you like it? Want to send it on, or was there a few funky bits, or did it work? See, every
And
time
then you edit it in the platform.
I don't think you can edit it inside Substack, no, but it does send you a few little clips.
Yeah, that's the thing I enjoy because
Yeah,
those clips are good.
Oh, they're very good because
Yeah.
they're short and they have little captions.
Mhm.
And they look very professional. So, Jane, you'll love this. Substack actually creates smaller 1-minute clips that look very professional. And one of the reasons I'm not that excited about editing is that a lot of these editing programs, they seem to start halfway in. Like they start halfway through a sentence and they end just when you're going to get to the good bits.
Exactly.
They're not very intuitive. But Substack seems to have this amazing knack to say, oh, that's a sentence. Let's start there. And that's a full stop. Let's stop there. And it's
Exactly.
very good, isn't it? Isn't it very good?
It has increased my short audience, my views. So because it does the clips, and now I don't know with this new feature, does it convert? It doesn't convert over to your YouTube now, or does it still?
I haven't worked it out. A few people have asked me about that. It gives you the
That's-
option.
Yeah. So when I did mine, when I've done all my lives on here, they upload the live to my YouTube and they send clips to my YouTube as a short. And I've increased my views for my YouTube shorts because they've been sending these clips from the lives. And then the last time I did a live, they sent it over to LinkedIn, some clips, not the full video, but they sent a clip over to LinkedIn. But I guess they probably don't do that anymore now, you're saying.
I don't know. But because it's really quite fascinating. I think Substack has more features than I can cope with.
Mm-hmm.
So I love doing live shows. But I know that people want replays. So up until this week, I have sent my restream shows to YouTube as a favor to my audience. No one watches them, and it does piss me off. I mean, you say you want the replay, but you never watch it. And I'm thinking, well, why am I doing this? But it doesn't take very long, and it's pretty easy to do. But, we do long shows. And for me to take all these clips and then upload them to LinkedIn, YouTube, I would have to do that and categorize them and watch them and see if they're good. And, that just takes time. And it's time
Yeah, now what you could do is, because it should break up your content into chapters or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could be able to do it that way. But another thing, did you know that you can put courses on YouTube now?
Yeah, courses. And a lot of
Yeah,
people.
so you could break your stuff down into a course for each replay because yours are usually like 3 or 4 hours, right?
Yeah. Our friend Bez, who lives in Atlanta, we often talk about the difference between doing a course and doing a group call. Like, I love to do a call with a group.
Yeah.
I don't learn by watching videos from other people, right? And I don't want to do them, but I love talking. So Bez, for instance, is creating a mastermind, what we call a mastermind group, where everyone who's on the same page gets together and talks, either online or in person. So there's two very distinct ways to do this. One is I talk, you listen, you learn, and I get some kudos for that. But that's not my style, because that's not how I learn. My style is we are chatting together, right? And I've often said that the price of this education is your attendance. Like, I learn just as much from you as I could ever teach you. And so it doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right for me to do a course where I just happen to be the dude talking. It's not how I learn. It's not how I process the world. It's not my style. So we are, Americo and I and Bez and I, we're working on ways to have these group calls. So this format really suits me. I'm a little bit annoyed you can only have 3 people, but it's better than nothing. One thing that is very cool, and I don't know if this is possible yet, but you have co-host features, which means you can go and comment in the chat. If you wanted to, you could invite people. I don't know how to do that yet, but that feature is not available on any of the free sites. And I think it's a $50 a month product that allows you to have like assistance. So I'm not entirely sure what the value proposition is here, but we've done one. We managed to speak for an hour. We've got quite a few questions in the room, and please yell out if you've got any more questions, because the guys at Substack are very, very open to it. And I guess each person views technology differently, don't they? It's like TV. Like there's 16 different channels to watch. I hate reality TV. I hate it. But there's a whole live streaming channel dedicated to live streaming shows. The Real Housewives of Dubai. The Real Housewives of Tasmania. There would be a Real Housewives of Atlanta. And they've got kitchen shows and cooking shows and music shows and bitching shows and people living in a flat and jumping in the pool. So I hate reality TV. I hate it with a passion. But that whole genre exists. And people spend their lives watching reality TV. Just the word makes me angry. But I love watching English dramas. What I do in my leisure time, just to talk about how content is consumed, I watch BritBox. Those very, very subtle, polite English dramas where everything works out in the end and everyone has a cup of tea. I need that because my life is so busy. I need to come back to the fact that, look, someone in the world is having a good life and it's all working out. So my brain's working fast. I need that very docile type of content to slow me down, get ready for bed. That's my little rhythm. It's like my little reminder that yes, you're going to bed soon. So we're just going to watch this very, very, very gentle period drama set in the 1930s, and everyone gets a turn, and everyone has a cup of tea, and everyone's nice to each other, and they've got pets. I don't know if you get those shows there, but that's the sort of shows I like. And with that in mind, that's what the internet is. If you want to go to Instagram and watch people doing what they're doing and all these fashion icons and everything, you can do it. That's what the internet is. But you can also just have a chat to your friends. So really, it's a matter of discernment. Yeah, it's very cool. And my job in all of this is to try these new sites without judgment and just give you a bit of an opinion, really, just to say, well, here's what's going on this week. It might be useful to you. Why don't you have a go? And some people will say, yeah, that is useful. Other people say, no, that's not my thing at all. I want to watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta anytime. I want to see them bitching and getting in the Porsche and, punching on in the pool. I mean, come and bring it on. It's funny. It's just funny how we consume TV. TV is very much a lens into the way we view the world. Some people like action movies and car chases and cops and guns and loud noises and heavy music. Other people just want a gentle. Some people want to watch the news. Some people want to watch a documentary. Some people want to learn things. Some people want to escape. So if no one else has any more questions, what I might do is I might end this session We've been chatting for over an hour. I'm gonna do a little bit of a reconnaissance, and I really do encourage you to get to Substack support. They're really helpful. Like, they're really, really into this. And if you've come across some ideas today, let me know. If you're not following me yet on Substack, please do. You're obviously on Substack and you found my page, so please subscribe. It's completely free, and you're going to get all these good vibes. And I should reach 100 subscribers within a couple of days. I've got 5 to go. I'm so excited. 5 to go. I should reach 100 by Christmas. It's only 3 weeks away. 2 weeks away. 2 weeks. 15 days. It's scary. I can only imagine what Christmas must be like for you. Do they all come home?
It's very loud. We actually, most of them come home. We have one of our daughters who's in New York. She has a friend who is coming. She lives in Russia, but she's not able to get home for the holidays. So she's going to be spending the holidays with us. So yeah, they even bring people. So yeah, it's a lot of people.
Yeah. So what we do, I'm very proud of this. Like, I think this is the coolest hack in the world. Like, I'm going to do this every year forever. We go to a hotel, we pay them $100. They cook a meal, they do the dishes, we go home.
Oh.
You get this 3-course meal, great, better than you could do yourself. It's all laid on. They do the dishes, you go home.
That's good.
You turn up, you sit down, you eat, you go home. That's what I want. That's the life I want.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But imagine how much that would cost you at $100 a person. Like, imagine how much it would cost your family to do that. Like, it'd be just ridiculous. But for us, me and Carol and her mum. So, but anyway, what I'll do you have any questions you want me to ask Substack, or should we wrap it up and sort of see what happens?
I think this is pretty much, this is good. I'm glad I happened to come across you being on, because I had no idea. So thanks to you, I had to update the app on my phone. So I was able to get that done and try out the new format. So yeah, I don't have any questions. I think all is good.
All right. Well, what I'll do is I'll play a little sound. You've been listening to KKFM live from Melbourne, Australia on Substack. We'll see you next week.